What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and of course I'm bringing some more boxing to you. I'm here to talk about Adrien Broner. I know a lot of people have covered, his win over Adrien Granados. A friend of his, he's known him since the Olympics. It wasn't any bad blood or nothing like that. Even though, Granados was determined, he did all he really could do, The better man won that night, and that's what it is. The question it would be now, does Granados, because it was a split decision win for Broner, and a split decision loss for Granados, right? So the question would be, does Granados deserve a rematch? What should he be entitled to one? Like a place in Chicago. Adrian already said he won't be in Chicago. Maybe in Philly, or somewhere else, DC. A neutral ground, not either one's home school advantage, even though it was in, Ohio, right? So, only, I don't really know. It could be, I really question that because, Granados did give us all. I don't really see Granados doing anything different in the second fight, even though Broner wasn't able to hurt Granados. But again, Granados really wasn't able to hurt him either. You know what I mean? He caught him with some good shots too. You can't forget that. And he did throw a lot of punches. He was the aggressive guy. He did bring the fight to Adrien Broner, but it was Adrien Broner throwing the harder shots, the better shots, the cleaner shots. So I really don't know, man. But the question is, if he's not going to give Granados a rematch, who should he fight? Where should he go? A lot of people saying, he couldn't make 140 because they renegotiated, so I think it was at 143 or something like that, and I just blame that on discipline. Adrien Broner has had problems with weight before, him and Chavez Jr. and other fighters, Canelo, these guys have had, these guys should really be focused on making weight. That's a part of their job, and they're not doing their job effectively, and I don't think that because he couldn't make 140, he should move to 147, because that's a whole nother just bale of problems at 147. I think that he should really focus on making weight at 140. 135, he's devastating. And I think really in a perfect world, Adrien Broner is really a 135, 140 pounder. He should be fighting guys like Mikey Garcia, Lomachenko, not pushing him up there because his ass is not dedicated enough to make weight by pushing him up there and throwing him in there with like guys like Thurman or Brook or Errol Spence. Those are bigger guys naturally. Not saying that they would just beat the shit out of him, but they probably would more than likely beat the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? So you don't really know. And, what really happens until they get in there. But, you're really best safe to say, my opinion, keep him away from Thurman, keep him away from Spence, and keep him away from Brook. Because, Brook, all those guys are bigger guys. And I see Thurman, Spence, and Brook, of course, moving up. Because Brook already fought at 160, fighting Golovkin. But, those other two guys, Thurman and Spence, they're definitely moving up. They're just too big, I don't see Thurman, I see Thurman moving to 154 probably next year in 2018, depending on how this year goes for him. You know what I mean? Will he stay undefeated? Will he beat Danny Garcia and, other challenges this year? But I still see him moving up. His punching is too, he punches too hard for a welterweight just to stay at welterweight without challenging himself. I'd love to see him, go up, fight someone like Austin Trout. That's another story for another video, right? Anyway, but back to Adrien Broner, he should stay where he's supposed to be, is at 140. He's not really a big guy anyway. He just really needs to focus more. However, I would like to see a fight, him fighting Khan, him fighting Danny Garcia. If Danny Garcia loses to Thurman, I would like to see them come into the ring and make a fight. They've been, flirting with that possibility for a long time. So make the fight happen. You know, why not? So, you know, but I think Broner has talent. I think what it is his main problem is focus. Trying to be someone he's not. Trying to be too much like Floyd Mayweather Jr. He shouldn't. You know, Adrien Broner fought just as good enough for himself. You know, he's not Floyd. You know, Floyd is not that type of dude. I mean, Floyd was just a different guy. You know, you can't be like the next person. You know, you have to, you have to own up to your own expectations and make your own way, you know, live your own life. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be just totally pissed off if he decided to give Granados a rematch, you know. Either way to me, because, you know, it really is not really important. But I would like to see him stay at 140, work on his diet. You know what I mean? You know, it's not like, you know, he has great genetics. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that because look at his father. His father's a heavy-set dude, you know, and I'm not trying to be funny, or anything like that. You know, it just shows that, you know, he's fond of eating. You know what I mean? And he needs to discipline his diet. You know, I don't think it's his workout regime. His diet, definitely his diet. You know, he needs Chris Algieri or somebody like that, you know, to come put him on a diet plan because, you know, something he's eating is causing him to miss weight. But anyway, that's my take on Adrien Broner, you know, about billions, you know. And guys, leave your comments below. Tell me what you think. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.